I'll say.
Okay.
Time for the show.
We've got to stop drinking before the show. Here we go.
Hey, on today's Living in Las Vegas, well, we've got a new game we're going to be playing tonight. It's called Pick Your Poison. Here's how it works. We're going to pick a category and then select 2 finalists for each category. Then Brett and I are going to debate which of those 2 finalists are the best selection for you. Now, this could be about casinos, restaurants, bars, entertainment, could be off-strip, could be on-strip, could be downtown. Sky is the limit. And by the way, as we continue with this game, you guys will pick the categories that Brett and I debate. Plus, we've got real quick stories, live chat questions, listener email, and of course, have a drink on me. This is the Living in Las Vegas podcast. Let's get started.
Who are those?
Hey, on today's Living in Las Vegas, we got an email from Todd Ruddisell from...
I don't want that one. I want that one. There we go. Good Lord.
Who are those photo bombers behind you?
All kinds of people. Living in Las Vegas starts now. I wonder what this button does.
First day doing show. Which way did it go, George?
First day doing show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada. That groovy little podcast that gives you a true first-person look into what it's like to call Sin City your home. The Living in Las Vegas podcast. Glenn's got it right. It's the early start time is screwing me up.
The time change.
And now your host. What's this button? A man who clearly needs some kind of introduction, otherwise you wouldn't know who he was. Sing it, brother Scott, eh? Mr. Scott Whitney. Oh, man. It's hurricane force winds here in Las Vegas.
My Auntie M just blew into town over the weekend.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Living in Las Vegas podcast here on the Vegas Video Network. Oh, you're very kind. And by the way, let me be the first to congratulate you because you're watching or listening to the longest running podcast about Las Vegas that actually originates from
Las Vegas.
That's right. And the hosts here, these 2 happy, handsome, groovy H guys, happy, handsome, hunky. There you go. We've lived here.
Isn't it 4 inches?
Happy, hunky, handsome.
Yeah, hell of a nice guy.
Harry. We've been here for a combined total of 30
decades.
Right, which means we're not only going to cover what it's like to live here, nay, family way, but we're going to tell you about our adventures on the Strip, Fremont Street, downtown, other cool places here in the Valley. And by the way, if you're a visitor, if you're a fan of the city, maybe you're a tourist, well, guess what? This show is like your own secret handshake to all things cool and groovy here happening in town. We are live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time at VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. That's VegasVideoNetwork.com/live. Join us in the live chat. We've got a big crowd tonight, having a lot of fun. A couple new people we'll talk about in a minute. It's a great opportunity for you to be a part of the big shoe. By the way, I'm your host, Scott Whitney. Konnichiwa. Buenas noches. How you doing, hot stuff? Great to have you here. Been an online broadcaster for 10 plus years, and I own the Vegas Video Network. So it is me that you would want to blame for that. And I'm joined, I'm joined again by RQS, by Drinky Pants. He is the managing partner at KSHP Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, big hand for Brett Grant.
It's not that big of a hand, but it's okay, I guess.
Thank you, Mr. Trump.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Great to be back, as always.
Great to have you.
Yeah.
By the way, that Trump guy.
Hope you had a wonderful Easter.
Did
you have a nice Easter? You were solo, weren't you?
Yeah, it was kind of a mellow Easter, just kind of chilling out. Friday night, I played, Vegas bad boy, was out late and screwing around and doing stuff. And then Saturday, I'm like, wow, I am too old for this shit.
Well, at least you didn't have to do any honeydews. Your wifey was out of town, so you could lounge around and scratch yourself.
Sitting around going, where's the NCAA basketball? Like, I found a really great World War II series, actually. I'm obsessed with World War II all of a sudden. And found a great one, but I'll tell you about that offline.
Okay.
Hey, over and under.
89 and a hook.
Fair enough, 89 and a hook. For those of you who don't know, a hook is a woman who... Oh, that's hooker.
Oh.
Wrong. Sorry. Hey, we got a couple new people in the live chat. We've got Jen, who found out about us by some video that Pops did on his YouTube channel that we aren't quite clear what it is. Jen, of course, is a spy. She wouldn't tell us where she lives. So we're going to have to hunt her a little bit later. We also have Baba Louie, who is a long time.
Jen's from Omaha. She just responded just like that.
Now she wants to play along because we're in the live show, and now she's getting a little airtime. Jen.
Well, that's our first person from Nebraska.
You got to watch. Oh.
I think so.
How many people are in Nebraska?
Jen.
2.
Jen.
And
her spouse.
And her husband. Yeah. Way to go. All right. Well, thanks, Jen, for playing along. Yeah. And thanks for Pops for telling Jen to play along. And actually, we also
she's not married, so she's the only person in Omaha.
How do you know Jen's not married? No, hubby. Jen, how old are you? Maybe we can get you a date.
Yeah, we can hook you up with somebody.
We have gotten people jobs. We have hooked people up based upon our show. I absolutely know that for a fact. I saw it happen. Well, I didn't see it happen. I didn't see the good part happen, but I saw it happen. So we get jobs. We get people sex. We do 47. She's moving here. They're going to come here, and we're going to hook up Jen with somebody from Chippendales. No.
Okay.
And you know why?
Nice effort.
Because they're mostly gay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so they're pretty.
Gay.
Pretty gay. And also Baba Louie. Baba Louie comes from Bloomington, Illinois.
Yeah.
Mile marker.
160. Right off Interstate 55.
Very good.
So I've driven that road like 9 million times between St. Louis and Chicago.
9 million times.
So many times.
That seems like
no,
an exaggeration.
I did. I really
Brett.
did. Huh? And you really got to learn every inch of that road.
What's on that road?
Well,
corn.
There's corn. Yeah, maybe some soybeans as well.
Called it on the
There's
corn.
some towns. You got the Springfield, the state capital.
Oh.
And then you got Chicago, you got St. Louis, and you got little small towns in between.
And Baba Louie, Bob, has just retired. He was so bored, he retired at 25. I can't take it
Actually,
anymore.
he said he escaped from L.A.
Oh, did he?
I think that's what all people do when they escape from L.A. They move to Bloomington.
I escaped from L.A. I didn't go to Bloomington, though. Yeah. He's been watching for years. So great to have Baba Louie hanging out with us here today.
Bum, bum, doo, 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 doo.
All right, today we got a new show idea. It's called Pick Your Poison. Here's how it works. We're going to be looking at particular topics, subject matters, categories, if you will. Yeah. And then Brett and I are going to select the top 2 of that category, and we will debate who we think the winner is. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, how are you going to select that?
I don't either.
Good question.
Scott's going to tell us.
Boom!
Oh, we got a thing.
We've got a wheel.
Hell, come on down and spin the wheel. I'm Don Bardo.
That's pretty good.
All right.
That's a very good Don Pardo.
I used to be able to do it.
So what you're going to see is you got a wheel here. You can see we've got a bunch of different categories. So, for example, what do we got here? We got
Can we go back to pool so I can yell at you about pool?
We can do whatever you want.
It says pool right there.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Are we shooting pool or swimming pool?
Swimming pool.
Okay, Scott's swimming pool. We saw the wind. Auntie M blew in. Your swimming pool is clean.
There's crap in there.
No, come on. I should have taken a picture of mine.
I have a brand new $700
I had 2
pump.
chase
better
lounges.
Be sucking that shit up.
I had about 40 yards of carpet. I'm not kidding. Two chase lounges.
We've had that happen.
40 yards of carpet. I had a cinder block.
Cinder block?
Cinder block, yeah.
Wow. It was windy.
What else? I think I had the neighbor's cat was probably in there for a while too. Yeah. It was crazy. And then I actually had a guy today in a scuba suit in my pool fishing shit out of my pool.
That's funny.
That was pretty funny. And he couldn't
You
sink.
should have taken a picture of that.
I should have. Because it was kind of funny because he couldn't sink. And he's like, I'm too buoyant.
Did he have a weight belt?
Because I left my weight belt in the car.
Oh, so he's a big time diver.
Well, he is, because next time I'm bringing the tanks with me. I go, dude, it's 5 fucking feet. Relax. Okay, all you got to do is like bend over and put your arm down, for crying out loud. Anyway, it was
okay, so
funny.
back to it. So we've got different categories here. We're going to spin the wheel, and then we're going to debate that category and pick for you the best selection in all of Nevada. You don't even have to go on that interweb anymore.
All of the Nevada, or just in Las Vegas?
Las Vegas. Okay. The best selection in all of, thank you for correcting me, best selection in all of the Las Vegas, and you can just give up your internet.
Give it up.
Except for watching our show. Because you don't really need to do any more research because we know so much. And here's the other part, the live chat people. And for those of you who are listening, you can send us other Pick Your Poison topics that you want us to add. Now, in the live chat, as we pick one of these topics, we'll erase it. And then if a live chat person says, hey, why don't you add this? We will add it to the spinning of the wheel thing right then and there. So the live chat can be a very big part of our show. And if you want to email us, you're not in the live chat, but you want to email us topics or categories to add to the big wheel, just do that at onairq@livinginlv.com, onairq@livinginlv.com. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's begin the spinning of the Pick Your Poison wheel.
Pops, what's my favorite channel you're talking about? Okay, here we go.
All right,
No
here we go.
whammies. No whammies. No whammies. And
Okay.
it is.
The first one is a hotel room in a casino. Favorite casino hotel room.
The room.
The room
actual
itself.
room.
Yeah.
I gotta go with. Can I give you two? I only gotta give you one.
Well, so I have one in my head,
Okay.
and well, give me your two. I'll give you my one, and we'll throw one out.
Well, again, I have not been in all the hotel rooms and all the casinos. So, but for a standard room, I gotta say the Venetian or the Wynn.
Okay.
I think they're spectacular.
Okay. So, and I would say Aria.
Okay.
Okay.
So I've not seen a room in the Aria.
So yeah, room in the
But
Aria.
like the Venetian, they're all suites.
Yeah. So, and I had that in my line of sight for a while. It was going to be for me Aria or Venetian, and I would lean towards Aria. The rooms are beautiful. They're pretty good size. They're not as big as the ones over at the Venetian, but they're also better appointed. They're newer. They're cleaner. They've got nicer things. The problem with the Venetian, although they're large, and the Palazzo is the same, they tend to look a little old. They're kind of worn out. I've shot some videos in a couple of those places, and they just don't have the same luster that they used to have. Palazzo is probably a bit better than the Venetian, but we did a shoot at the Venetian, and this was years ago, and it just felt kind of like it was just a tad bit tired. Where we walked into the Aria, and we actually did a YouTube video on this years and years ago. You walk in, and the curtains automatically open up, and your name's up on the screen, and it's brand new this and beautiful that. I really, really liked that vibe. So,
see, the Wynn has all that too.
So the Wynn's interesting. So I would say let's throw out the Venetian.
All right.
We got Wynn. Wynn, and we've got Aria. Have you stayed at a Wynn?
My parents have, so I've seen the insides of them plenty of times.
What about it did you like so much?
Well, the views are spectacular. The floor to ceiling windows, so you got incredible views of the golf course looking out the back. Of course, you got the back. I tend to judge things by bathrooms a lot of times. Also, spectacular bathrooms, which keep the ladies happy.
Oh, I had a
great
really
showers,
good bathroom at the Aria. I had a big one of those sunken tubs though at the Aria. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think the bathrooms are important to the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
And big bathrooms, not some tiny little thing like you're at the the Motel 6 and you're like the door hits the toilet kind of thing. You want to be able to open it up, walk around, and then of course the high quality robe. How good is the robe? I think that's important.
Now, so okay, well, that's interesting. So going back to the Aria. We stayed at Encore once, not Wynn, Encore, same basic thing. The bathroom that I was in, we had a separate floating tub at the Aria. It was like a standalone by itself.
Right.
Big, thick, bordered kind of deal. Gorgeous tub. I was really hungover. Had to stay in there for a while.
Back when the Imperial Palace was still around, they had the Love Tub Suite.
Oh,
which was hilarious. If anybody ever been to the Love Tub Suite at the IP, that thing is like literally like bashing my head.
It is a little tight.
It's a little tight,
but you're okay.
I'm here.
You're there.
And it's a king size bed with mirrored ceilings and a giant tub right in the middle of the room.
Perfect.
That's all there was.
I like it.
And then there's a toilet somewhere else.
Okay.
Pretty crazy.
Cost. Aria versus Encore.
I think they're pretty similar.
I would think
Aria's probably a little less expensive.
Yeah, I would think it's probably a little bit less expensive. I'm going to have to.
But the Aria's, I mean, if I go on hotels tonight, but right now, I bet you if the Aria is on there, you're looking at $300, or pretty damn close to it.
Depends on what's going on in town.
Right. As with any hotel.
And actually, so the live chat's getting in this already. So Tuck actually says Vidara rooms are pretty nice. They are super nice, but this is both casino and hotel.
So Vidara does not have a casino.
I want to have, Vidara actually has great rooms. We've stayed there.
See, we could stay at the Wynn right now for $169 tonight.
Really?
Yeah, and the Aria is 159.
Well, see,
So there you
it's
go.
pretty close.
And the Encore is 178.
Does it say what? Yeah, okay. And does it say what their regular number is? The regular price?
Not for today, no. Well, 200 dropped down from 200. Let's see what it is tomorrow. Let me just go to a weekend. How about I just pick a Friday? Let's go Friday night, April 1st to Saturday. And we'll see what pops up. The Palazzo, $300.
Yeah.
The Aria, $300. The Wynn, $400.
Yeah.
$399.
Yep.
Bellagio, $299.
I thought the Wynn would be more money.
Well, it is. It's higher. It's obviously it's Steve.
Yeah. So
$400 a night.
I think this is going to be a tough one. I don't think you're going to convince me. I don't think I'm going to convince you that Aria is a good room. You've never been in an Aria room.
No,
right?
I've been in the Aria. I just haven't
not
been
the
in a
room.
room. No.
Oh, and the casino is a good point too. So I think the
I
casino.
think the Bellagio is probably there as well. If I had to pick a third, I like the Bellagio.
See, I stayed in a Bellagio room.
I've been there.
Really,
I've seen there. I've stayed in their suites.
Yeah, but what about just a regular room? Not everybody
Yeah.
can swing a suite.
No, I stayed in a room. It was nice.
Ah,
My wife and I had a
to
nice.
me, I was
thing.
like,
It was pretty regular, but it was nice.
yeah. When I walked into Aria, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it depends
this
on what
is
you're
nice.
looking for, I guess.
I think the casino at Aria is a better casino as well. I think what's in there is better. I think the way it's laid out is better. I think the bars are better. That's actually an interesting point about the restaurants are. The restaurants at Wynn are pretty fucking good.
Well, and you're also not necessarily factor in location. So the Aria to me is not necessarily a great location.
So that's good. Good question.
Versus, not that the Wynn is either, but I tend to love the things around Caesars, Bellagio, which I realize city center is not too far
That's an
away.
interesting point because the Aria can have good views, and that area is that's a hopping area. You know where what's that street? I want to say Herman, but that's
Harmon.
Harmon. Or Harmon and Las Vegas Boulevard cross, that's a pretty happening area. And so
It is.
getting a nice room there, you can get a gorgeous view of the strip, but also looking on the outside, looking at the valley, it's a nice view there as well. The location for Aria is a better location in that you're in the heart of the strip, whereas the Wynn and Encore, good, by the way, good views, obviously. If you've got a strip view at Wynn or Encore, you've got a nice view. But the location, there's not really... Yeah, well, that's actually not. It's not terrible. I mean, you're not that far from Palazzo and so on, and TI and all that kind of stuff. There's nothing north of it though to speak of.
Right.
You don't get anything until you get to Circus or SLS. So I think if you were to, we should have a chart. This is okay. Location. I think that goes to Aria. I think pricing goes to Aria. I think the casino, I mean, do you have an opinion on the casino?
Well, I think the Wynn Casino is probably nicer. I think the Aria Casino is more laid back.
Well, I think so too. I think you're right. I think the Wynn is fancier, but I like the vibe better. Actually, I think the Wynn is brighter too. Yeah. Well, better or brighter lit. This is a tough one. This is much harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's too many properties that you could say are head and shoulders above what the Wynn offers in that regard. I mean, it's designed to be the way it is with regards to high end and luxury,
right.
and
it
doesn't fall short.
I'm going to let you win this one. I'm not going to let you win. I thought that was a good
Well,
argument.
you can have a 1 and a 1A.
Yeah, one. So I think Wynn is good. I think Encore is good. I think Aria also plays for a variety of things too. Okay, so I'm going to erase that.
And we're erasing.
All right.
All right.
Now, if we get a live chat suggestion, we'll put it in that place. Otherwise, I'm just going to put an arrow in case it lands there again. We'll go to the one next to it. Okay.
Oh, all right. Or God forbid we spin again. Can I spin? Do I get to spin?
Yes,
Come on,
spin.
please,
Hold
please.
on. Spin.
Yay.
Next one.
I get to spin.
Here we go. What do we got?
It went around once. Not very well, though.
Shopping malls.
Oh, good Lord.
Shopping
And now
malls.
for our guest hosts, Melissa and Kathy. Come on down.
Okay, best shopping malls.
Oh, good God.
I got this.
Okay.
I got it. Okay, let's talk
You
about
go first.
top 2.
That's a great choice.
I got it. So I would say you've got to look at Fashion Show,
Right.
which is very, very large.
Which is all it is.
It is a shopping mall. And then I would go with Caesars Forum
Okay.
as being a shopping mall. Okay. So you look at these two. The Fashion Show is where you'll find more locals because
Sure.
Fashion Show is the kind of mall that you might see in any big city.
Right.
It's got the same kind of stuff that you would see elsewhere. And it has that vibe. It has it's a nice mall you would see in California or Poughkeepsie or wherever else. But here's the thing. That's always my go-to place, Poughkeepsie. Because it's percussive, and I like a percussive word. But here's the thing about, and by the way, so I would say you got Caesar's Forum. Now, you also have, besides Caesar Forum, you've got Venetian shops, and you've got Miracle Mile, and you've got Crystals. Those are other big malls that are running around on Vegas Boulevard. But far and away, without question, this is an easy one for me, is Forum Shops. Forum Shops has really great window shopping places for the wife. Forum Shop has great places for men to go. Actually, one of my upcoming shows will be good places to shop and what men should do when the women are shopping. And Forum Shops has a couple places that are great for guys to hang out while the wife's going around. If you like jewelry, which men can only buy one kind of jewelry, watches, they've got the best watch store in all of Las Vegas at Caesar's Forum, at the Forum Shops. And one of the things that I think is the best part about being in Las Vegas is that there are plenty of places to drink while your wife is shopping.
And obviously great restaurants when you got a Palms and a Spago and places like that. I agree with you about the Forum Shops. I'm going to throw a fashion show out. I'm going to throw the Miracle Mile shops in because it's a mile, 1.2 miles long, 175 stores. And it's more the everyday person's mall.
There you go.
It's not the upscale mall that the Forum Shops is. So I think you got them both, where the Crystals or the Forum Shops or, the Venetian and the Wynn, they all have beautiful upscale shops where they have, where you can buy a $80,000 purse for some fucking reason. But if you're looking for something, everyday shopping, I think the Miracle Mile shops deserve a mention.
Hold on, I'm typing something into the live chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to throw them in there. Plus, you've got plenty of places to have fun and eat.
Here's the thing with the Miracle Mile. It is just like every other crippity crap mall that you can find in Poughkeepsie, for fuck's sake.
Except it's in a casino. It's in the Vegas.
Yeah, I get it. And I actually kind of liked it the way it was before when it was the Aladdin thing and it had rain and it was I kind of like that. I'm really into that themey kind of thing. But the thing I don't like about the Miracle Mile is there's a lot of really crap stores that I wouldn't set foot in. It just, I don't want a window.
Well, that's like 95% of them for me.
Yeah, but so part of the fun of going shopping in Vegas is window shopping in Vegas because it does you no harm.
I just think if I was one of the people that worked in one of these places.
And which place?
Any one of them. There's no traffic, and there's no people in the stores.
Wait, hold on.
They stand around looking at each other.
The Caesars, the Forum Shops is the highest.
I know people buy stuff. I just don't see them
making more money than any other mall in America.
Okay, I just don't see the people in the actual stores. Like you go to the city center and you're at the Aria and you walk in that mall. Oh, it's like there's some beautiful blonde girl who weighs 12 pounds and whose her shift is 8 hours. Standing there looking at her phone.
They just sold that, by the way.
Oh,
they sold the whole mall. So that's interesting. Part of the reason why Caesar's Forum, the Forum Shops is such a high volume or high income place is because they have such high end stores there.
Right.
But I don't mind looking at the fancy purse place, Coach or whatever the hell it's called. I don't mind Melissa going there. Melissa could spend an hour in a aisle looking at shit.
Right.
Now, I don't have to do that, but it makes her happy. Happy wife. Happy Scott. So go look at your stuff. I'm going to go over and have a fucking shave and a beer over here, and life is good for me.
Right.
Have a good
time. As opposed to following her around going, do you like this one? Do you like this one?
Again, it's like the poor husbands who are like, hold my purse.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah, I'm going to go have a shave.
That's like, hey, babe, I'm just going to go step out for just a second. I'll be right
back.
Billy?
I'm dead.
Billy, are you okay?
I'm dead.
Billy? Billy, is that what happened? I'm sorry. I won't make you do it again. I swear to God. Please, Billy. Please come back, Billy. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. So Forum Shops is off you go.
Okay, they're adding things. You want?
What do they got?
We got best place to people watch, best strip club, best show.
Hold on. I got show on there. People watch.
Time machine shopping experience. I don't know what that means. Best activity, best museum.
Well, those are good ones. Okay.
We can add these
could
to.
you write down?
We can add these to future shows. I'd have to have a writing utensil.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
To be able to function.
People watch is a good one. Best museum. That's a really good one. Add that. I got to do a little research before I have an activity. Not sure what activity. Oh, I kind of have an idea. Men's spa shave. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Okay. Brothel. Startup business opportunity. Okay. Hey, Montana. Welcome back. Okay. Here we go. Ready? You want to spin again?
No, go ahead. I'm too busy writing.
Okay.
You said you already had show on there, so I
I have a couple of show ideas on there. Or show things. Okay. What do we got? Let's see what we got, kids. Spin the big wheel.
And the answer is, look at you.
Live music. So this is an example where it landed on a space that we had already been landed upon. So now we're going to go to live music. Best live music venue.
Well, I'm gonna go to the established one, which would be the Joint at the Hard Rock.
Joint at the Hard Rock. Okay.
Which is now doubled in size, tripled in size, quadrupled in size, much bigger than it was before.
It's a nice place.
It's a nice concert hall now, and it's the Joint. You get the best, most relevant music, I think, from a standpoint of big name guys who want to play in smaller places. You get people who might be a little bit past their prime doing celebratory trips, anniversary things. I like the Joint at the Hard Rock.
It's a good spot. My nominee would be Fremont Street Experience.
All right.
Here's the deal. So
multiple stages, 3 stages. They pick the best of that kind of music. So you're not going to see who you're going to see at vinyl, for sure. But you're also not going to pay what you paid at vinyl. I saw Queen there. I've seen Kiss there. I've seen a whole bunch of great bands at vinyl. But I spent out the nose to be able to watch those things. Sure.
And it was a good spot. For Fremont Street, what I really love about this is clearly where Fremont Street figured it out.
Right.
Without question. You're thinking to yourself, here we are, we're Fremont Street, we're downtown, we don't get as many people as on the Strip. What do we do to draw people here? And they're like, well, let's just do live music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. How's that idea? Brilliant.
Right.
Now, they're not doing 24/7, of course, but they're doing it by 7, and it's every night. And like Brett said, 3 stages. And the people they put up there are not, it's not like you're going to and listening to the band that's playing over at, the Griffin or whatever. I'm just making up a bar name. Actually, that is a bar name. But it's not the bar band that you're seeing out here in the burbs.
Right.
These are bands who are really, really good at whatever their genre is. So if it's an 80s pop band, they're very, very good. It's a 70s band. They do a lot of cover bands there. Zoe Bowie plays there. He's the best of the best in his world. So what I like about it is, first of all, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's, in the winter, it's rough, but in the summer, spring, summer, fall, it's gorgeous out there.
Sure.
It's usually not too crowded. And even on the weekends, for those kind of bands, you're not going to get a big deal. And they're bringing in big bands there. I saw Cheap Trick there.
So did I.
I mean, Deep Purple was just there.
Bink just said she saw Kansas and Blue Oyster Cult.
I was just going to say Kansas. I was going to say the guy who...
To the point of no return.
Yeah, sing it, brother.
I'll sit. How long?
So they also are drawing big, nostalgic bands there as well. I would like to have seen Deep Purple, for example. So I think they've really figured it out. No cost to us, great environment, easy to get away and come back. So you can watch for a while and go, all right, they're going to take a break. Great. I'm going to go to the casino. I'm going to hang a little bit at the bar or do whatever I want to go grab something to eat. Come on back, watch some more, go to the other band. And I just think that's such a brilliant thing. There's no question in my mind that the best live music venue in all of Las Vegas is the Fremont Street.
And Pops has a nice little thing in the live chat where he says the top tier band usually is down by the D. The B grade band is in front of the Nugget, and the C tier band is down by Main Street.
That is exactly right. Yeah, so 3rd Street stage is the one that's by D and by Four Queens. So it's in between Four Queens and the D. And then he's exactly right. As they go down, there are lesser big bands, and bigger. And the stages are a little bit different as well. We've actually live streamed from all those stages as well, so I have some idea of that.
My mother actually performed on one of the stages there.
That dance thing, right?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So Fremont Street Experience, God, really a great time. Right. Only downside, sometimes the people.
Yeah, and I'll lean to you because obviously you're the musician of the duo here, so. I will take your word for it.
Should we put one on there? from the live chat?
Put on the People Watchers.
People Watcher. I think I did that one.
Did you?
I think I did. Let me double check. I think I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Give me another one.
How about activity?
I don't know what he means by that.
Okay. Well, museum, but you said you were going to do some research.
Yeah, I don't know enough.
Well, then I got nothing else. Okay. Activity, show, strip club, people watching.
Okay.
So.
Have you been to any strip clubs?
Yeah.
More than one?
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Strip
Sorry,
club.
Mom. I used to do shows from them.
Who'd have guessed? I'm the innocent one.
Yeah, exactly. we used to do radio shows from them.
All right, here we go. Big spin.
Big
Your
spin.
poison. We had to do a theme song. Hold on. Ready? It's time to pick your poison. You gotta pick your poison. Don't pick your nose. Thank you.
Okay.
What we got?
What's the band? Who's the guy in poison?
Power Lunch.
Ooh, Power Lunch. This could be all over the place. This is wow. Interesting. I'll throw a couple of them at you that are maybe you haven't thought about before. But again, I'm a West Side guy, so I'm going West Side. I'm going to go to Nora's Italian Cuisine.
I've heard such good things about that place.
Flamingo and Jones, very nice Italian restaurant, small place, but it is a power lunch spot.
Why do you think that?
Because the people that are there, like myself. We're all about the power lunch. Hey, Mr. Grant's here. Oh, your table's ready for you, Mr. Grant. We've been waiting for you.
You're funny.
No, it's true. It's true. I don't think of the Strip as being the power lunch place. Although there are places that certainly would qualify, like the Palm, for example, at the Forum Shops at Caesar would be a great place for a
Which place?
power lunch. The Palm restaurant.
Yeah.
If you're looking to go somewhere else, maybe downtown, there's some place like. I'm losing my mind. Chicago Joe's, old time, big time attorneys down there. Chicago, another Italian restaurant, by the way. Downtown Chicago Joe's, been there forever. Tiny little place. Yeah. But when I'm thinking power lunch, I'm thinking, where do the hobnobbers go? Where do the rich and famous go? Where do the politicians go?
And also, it needs to be a place that's impressive.
Yeah. Or it's just got to be a place that's, you're not going to Applebee's for a power lunch. You're not going to any chain restaurant.
Right.
You're going to a place that has a good rep with good food, which and I think another place that's actually kind of discreet. So if you pop in somewhere. They're not spouting on social media that Nicolas Cage was just here having lunch today.
Right.
Which I've done many times. I've walked in and there's Nicolas Cage having lunch
at Nora's or
there and a couple other places.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't want to.
You don't want to be name dropping.
No, it's kind of funny. You're looking at the guy going, God, he looks familiar.
He looks like the guy who had to sell something because he didn't.
And then I was just watching Raising Arizona the other day.
That's available on the Netflix.
Yeah.
It's a pretty funny movie.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Is it?
H.I. I'm Baron. No, I love that movie. I think it's hilarious.
Here's my so your number one is what? Nora's?
I'm going to go with Nora's.
Okay, I have two, maybe three. Triple George.
Yeah, okay.
Which is at
Very
3rd
nice.
Street.
Yes.
Really good. It's the dark wood, good bartenders, typically a good wait staff, kind of off the beaten path. They have booths.
Yeah, very nice place.
Get into.
Been there, good food.
Capitol Grill. Same thing. It's a white tablecloth, off the beaten path. Great bartender. Great wait staff. Kappa's, I would put in there because it's quirky.
You mean Capo's?
Capo's, I'm sorry. Yeah, Capo's. I'm on the fence on that one. It's kind of a fun place. So if somebody out of town, I'm like, let me just show you this place. It's kind of nutty.
Right.
I might do that. But if it's somebody who I'm trying to have a more serious conversation with, I probably wouldn't do the knock. Let's get into the bar kind of thing, or let's get into the restaurant. Okay, so I would say maybe not Kappa's. I'd say probably for me Triple George or Capitol Grill, and I haven't been to Nora's.
You'll like it. You like Italian food.
What do you think of Triple George?
Triple George is a very nice, great place. Good food. I agree with you there. That's a very good choice.
All right, so
I think if we had to go with your choice, Triple George would make sense, and I'll go with Nora's.
Okay, we're going to go with Triple George. and Norris has been thrown out.
Right? I can't argue. Triple George is very good.
Triple
Been there
George
many times.
is really good. Cap Grill I actually like a lot too, but I think I might do Triple George.
but
It's more Vegas-y.
We're staying off the.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. That goes away. We'll do, how we do? We'll do one more.
One more.
What was that? That was Power.
Uno más.
And we will go.
Uno más.
Okay, here we go. Last one. Would you like to spin, Brett?
Oh, sure. I'd be
Please
honored.
do.
Let's give it a good rip.
That's a good
I feel
one.
like Drew
Airport
Carey.
Limbo. Put down microbrewery.
There's only like 2 of them in town. God, we were all over that arrow.
It is. What's that one? Comedy show.
Oh.
Best comedy show.
What a microbrewery.
Yeah, I may have that on my list, but I definitely want to put that on there. Microbrewery is a good one. Okay, comedy show. What do you got?
Boy. We're talking about like one of the stand-up places to go and watch comedy.
Anything that you want to call comedy.
Catch a Rising Star. That used to be in town. That used to be kind of good.
It did.
Boy. When is Anthony Padilla coming back? When do we go see Anthony?
I think he's gone on the win, man.
No, he's still around. He's still performing,
around?
just not in town. He's kind of doing stuff in Tucson.
Try to do a podcast for about.
Is it gone? The Chips and Salsa podcast, it was called.
Yeah, it's gone.
No, I didn't realize that.
I think it's gone. I haven't heard. He's not out there.
I tried to get him to come and do
Maybe
it with
he is.
you. I tried to get him to do it with you.
And he's like, oh, no, I've got this figured out.
Yeah, I guess not.
Sure you do.
Boy. I don't know.
Okay.
I've been to a lot of them, but I don't know.
I'll throw a couple out there.
All right, go ahead.
Mike Hammer is what's coming up in the live chat a lot.
Okay.
And I've seen Mike's show many times. Matter of fact, hung out with Mike this last weekend, this last Friday. I had a chance to talk with him a little bit about some stuff. Gregory Greg in the live chat suggests Amazing Jonathan. So Amazing Jonathan hasn't performed in several years. He's ill. He's got a bad heart, and so he's still kind of bopping around the community. You'll still see him occasionally, but he doesn't perform anymore to speak of. So Mike Hammer is certainly a consideration, and I would go with Carrot Top as well.
All right, I've seen Carrot
Now,
Top.
there's also a lot of comedy shows here. You mentioned it. There's Brad Garrett's room, and there's a Tropicana.
That's what I was thinking. More of those. I was thinking along those.
Yeah,
lines.
Brad Garrett has a room, and Bally's has a new place called Jokester. LA Comedy Live is now over at Strat. So I'm going to talk about the funniest stand-up comedy show, multiple people that I've ever seen in Real Quick Stories. It was
like Sin City Comedy Club over at Planet Hollywood.
Yep.
Well, I went to the comedy club back when I guess it was Bally's had it. This is back.
They had several there.
Yeah, we see George Carlin, for crying out loud.
You saw George
Yes,
Carlin? Was he angry then?
No, it was like 1988, 89, 90.
For a while, he was super pissed
He was
off.
terrific.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dennis Miller. I saw Dennis Miller right after he became a conservative.
I saw Dennis Miller.
And at the Desert Inn, before they blew up the Desert Inn.
Oh, I saw
after they had
him.
redone the Desert Inn, and then they blew it up like a couple of years later.
Yeah.
Why did they waste all this money to build? And then they blew
I
it
saw
up.
him at the Aladdin with David Spade.
Yeah,
It was New Year's Eve.
there's great shows that roll into Caesars, into the Coliseum.
That's something that's
It's
reoccurring.
there
I
all
would
the time,
say,
yeah.
I wasn't really thinking of Hammer, but it's good. So I would say, from a stand-up comedy perspective, all these different shows. The problem is, it tends to be a little hit and miss.
Yeah.
I would think probably from a quality perspective, the Brad Garrett room is probably the best of those rooms because he's got some cachet and it's a nice room and there's probably some value there, and it's probably can get some better people. I've seen really good shows and really bad shows in pretty much every comedy. Like, for instance, the X Comedy Show, which is at Flamingo, is a pretty good show. It's dirty and it's funny and it's pretty aggressive, and I like that kind of comedy. But it's not something that you would watch more than once, probably.
Right.
Whereas Hammer, I will tell you, the funniest comedy show I have ever seen was Carrot Top.
Okay.
It was stunningly funny. And he gets a lot of shit for being a prop comic, but nobody understands that a prop comic actually has to have more jokes than a comic.
That's a good point.
Because he's doing joke. So he's doing 15-second jokes instead of setup, punch, rerun.
Right.
So, and he also does, by the way, 15 minutes of straight stand-up. That is A-list stand-up stuff.
He's good.
Really,
I've seen him. He's
really,
very good.
really good. I was beside myself with how funny that was. So I'm actually gonna play two sides on this. I will say in Las Vegas, Carrot Top, you will not be disappointed if you see this guy. He is such an amazing performer.
Right.
Downtown, and Mike Hammer. Mike could be a strip guy, but Mike is a hustler. Mike understands the business of business, and he's doing good business where he's at. He's actually producing other shows now.
Right.
And Mike is the guy who I bring people to who are in town. You want to see a comedy show? You want to see something that's funny? And he's a magician comedy,
Right.
by the way.
Yep.
I know, and I know Mike, so I could get tickets, of course. But I'll go there all the time. I brought the brother-in-law and the nephew, and I'm like,
Right.
let's go. Let me go check this place out, and they loved it. So, Carrot Top on the Strip, I would say Mike Hammer without question. If you are in downtown, okay, I think that's it for now. This is awesome. We'll do a bunch of these. This is a great idea. If you've got ideas that you want us, if you've got ideas that you want to have us include, and pick your poison, just send them to onairq@livinginlv.com. Again, onairq at livinginlv.com. This is a Living in Las Vegas podcast on the Vegas Video Network. We'll be right back. This episode of Living in Las Vegas is brought to you by the Vegas Video Co-op. Because your online presence is often your only chance to begin a meaningful sales conversation, please take a moment and visit vegasvideocoop.com. Highlight your business, start a talk show, or unleash your genius for a low monthly fee. Use promo code LILV for a special discount to our viewers and listeners. That's vegasvideocoop.com. Do it and be great. Ask Rob. Good vibrate.
You're supposed to stop when the music stops.
I know. I keep going on.
No, you're not supposed to do
I always
that.
go on.
I know you do.
Is this?
but
Are you
it's
new to
not
the show?
proper.
I
I thought this was our first show, the way the
My
button started
God.
today.
Oh, really? Is this where it's going to? Okay. This is a part of the is on our questions. It's part of the show where you all send us questions and we answer them. If we know the answers, we're going to give them to you. If we don't know the answers, we're going to make them up.
Yeah, I like that idea.
We're gifted that way. If the guys send an email, I read it. If the girls send an email, Brett reads it. But I'm going to have Brett read this one because it's literally insane.
Oh, I appreciate it. So it's for me to be able to figure out. Okay, this is from our insane Pops. Dear Scott and Brett, warm weather's coming.
Yep.
Thanks, Pops. How about a rundown on public parks, ball fields, billiard halls, arcades, water parks, bowling alleys, and any oddball stuff like goofy golf, laser tag, etc., ranking them like family-friendly, you could take a date there. And not a place to take your lady all the way to never go there without heavily armed backup. Also, is there any place where the radio-controlled model cars, planes, drones, helicopters enthusiasts can congregate? Where is the closest organized amateur mining operation? Place where you go to pay a mine for semi-precious stones and such. Just when you thought I'd run out of questions. Holy fuck.
Okay.
What was that? Where do you start with this?
I don't even know where to start with this. Pick one. Do you know of any of those?
Sure.
It literally is like he came off his Ritalin and just
No
started
kidding.
typing.
Well, I could do ball fields and water parks and bowling alleys and golf and laser tag.
Okay,
and
I'm
things
gonna
like
give
that.
those to me. I'm gonna bark them out, and you just give me your answers. Ready?
Oh, all right.
Ballpark.
Well, we're talking about going to watch the kids. There's a million places. There's ballparks all over the place.
What kind of? Okay, public park.
Well, depends on what kind of public park you're looking
Perfect. That's going.
at.
Billiard hall.
Billiard hall. There's one at Desert Inn in Decatur.
Best one.
I can't remember the name of it. It's called.
Perfect. Arcades.
Arcades. Sure. How about the Emporium at New York?
Good.
Cool place.
Oh, that's good. Water park.
Water park. There's two in town. Wet and Wild is on the west side, and Cowabunga Bay in Henderson. There's your two water parks.
Have you been to
now.
one?
I've driven by them.
Bowling alley.
I'm not Hispanic. Bowling alley, they're all inside your major casinos. So if you want, the Red Rock lanes are pretty cool. They have Cosmic Bowling there, kind of fun.
Yep.
Brooklyn Bowl if you want to be on the Strip, kind of
Yep.
cool. Then there's, Santa Fe's got it. Orleans has it. Sam's Town has got it. Sunset Station. There's bowling alleys all over town.
Goofy Golf.
Miniature golf. The only one I knew of. Kiss, which is moving over to
Rio.
Yeah.
There's an outdoor one off by somewhere. We did our golf tournament there.
The HP one called King Putt
It's
on the
145
Fort
degrees
Apache. It's not
outside.
there anymore.
That's pretty neat. Laser tag?
Laser tag. There's the laser tag place at Lake Mead and Tenaya. Oh, good Lord. I forget what it's called, but it's actually kind of fun. I've done that before.
Would you play? I have too. I was freaked out.
It was a blast. It was a blast.
My adrenaline was like,
Yeah. There's a few places.
I had like a hummingbird heart.
I got shot by some fucking 6-year-old. You little son of a bitch. Where'd you come from?
Like, where's your parents? Not here?
Yeah,
Kicking your ass.
Exactly.
Where's mommy and
They
daddy?
can hide too easy.
Oh, they
That's the
dropped
problem.
this off and they'll be back.
Little
Well,
rat's like 45 pounds for crying out loud.
Mommy and
Here
daddy
comes
gonna-
some dude 200 plus pounds around the corner.
Mommy and daddy are going to be getting home and watching you with you're going to be a corpse, you little fucking punk. All right. Places that you wouldn't take your lady.
Most places.
Fair enough. I've seen how you dance.
She's my lady.
Oh, sing it. I can get you some reverb if you need
No,
it.
it's okay.
Okay, because I'll do it for you. I'm not afraid of you. Places, radio-controlled model cars, drones, vibrators, helicopters. Vibrators? God, Pops.
I have no idea. There's slot car racing down on Industrial. Does that count? Qualify? I don't know. Drones? I have no idea.
They're building a drone racetrack in Hendertucky.
Well, there you go.
It's kind of a big deal.
Okay.
Did you read this one? Where is the closest organized amateur mining operation?
What the fuck does that even mean?
Is
Is that what the people are out
this is awesome.
bigging for bodies?
Place where you can go pay to mine for semi-precious stones and such.
I don't know. Go out to Goldfield. What's that town called?
I think they
something
have
over there.
gold fingers, the girl with the Midas touch. I think there is places where you can do that. Back in the 1400s, I think they called it San Francisco. Come on, Pops. I know you're old.
Goldschlager.
But you're not that old. Goldschlager. Right. Another terrible idea. Here, let's put some gold in some alcohol that tastes like shit. All right. I just wanted to prove that you can be senile and still write stuff.
You should also be committed.
Hey, I'm not judging.
Okay.
Apparently, he drew a bunch of people to our show because he did a crazy YouTube video of just a slot machine playing.
Oh.
And I'm doing all this work.
And that worked, huh?
Yeah, well, I
All
probably.
right.
Thank you, Pops. All right, let's get into real quick stories. Ready? I just got done seeing the best comedy show in my life.
Was that Carrot Top?
No.
Oh.
I mean, stand up. Host, feature, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
And it was like accident kind of. So Friday, Melissa was at the Effingham over the Easter vacation, or Easter weekend,
Right.
And so I was alone. And so Friday I did a couple things. I went out and I actually had dinner by myself at Mandalay Bay at the House of Blues little restaurant.
Right.
That was okay. Then I went and saw this comedy show at the Foundation Room.
Oh, okay.
Been to the Foundation Room?
Yes.
First time in the Foundation Room. I had a co-op member who kept asking me to join him because he was a member. I could never make the time happen, so I finally get up there. That's a pretty neat area.
Yeah, it's cool.
Pretty cool. It was a little weird because there's a bunch of little girls trying to get in. And, I'm 21. Oh, for fuck's sake, just fucking scoot over. And
But they won't let you in if you have like sneakers on and things like that.
yeah, and actually, so I got this comedy show was through House Seats, and they mentioned that Foundation Room has a dress code. So I actually I had a coat and shirt and blah blah. Oh, really, you wore a coat and a shirt? Well, yeah, I'm fancy.
Congratulations.
Well, you're a show off, Mr. Whitney. Well, yes, I am.
And suspenders.
Well, yeah, sure. And underwear and
Along
socks.
with my belt and
I
suspenders.
have pretty brown shoes. Okay, so went up to this place. Didn't know what it was. The House Seats listing named the headliner, and it was I just forgot his name. It was like the Gordy Smith. In other words, I'm Scott Whitney. He named himself the Scott Whitney.
Okay.
That's how he did his name. Never heard of him. But I thought this must be a show, like a one-man thing. Nope.
Nope.
It's like a pop-up comedy thing that's run by a guy here who I've seen before. He may have been a guest on Awkward Silence a long time ago. A Hispanic guy, and he was kind of the host, and there were 5 comedians. And I will tell you, it was without question the funniest group of stand-ups I have ever seen. It was amazing.
But at the foundation room.
At the foundation room.
How many peeps are in?
It wasn't very, and that was
What's
interesting.
the thing?
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, sorry.
We're just looking at you the whole
Sorry.
time.
Thank you. So it's a small room. So they got a
Right.
bunch of different rooms in
They
this
do.
place. And so
Yeah.
I'm not real
There's the
familiar.
S&M room, and then there's the Dungeon and Dragon room, and yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So this was like a room that had a bar and a little bar in the back and a small room and it was standing room only by the time the show started. So there was probably 4 deep standing room at the back of the room. Now I had got there at a decent time, so I had a seat right next to the stage. So I got picked on by the
So
comedian.
close to stage, you scared the band.
Yeah. And so this guy was the headliner, and I forgot his name, but he's pulling his pants down at the very end of the show to the guy who's about ready to get married. So it was a big old bachelor party, had like about 10 guys in there. He was pretty funny, but they were all funny. I mean, the whole thing was great. And what was interesting about this is not a weekly show or like Jokesters or Catch a Rising Star or whatever they have.
Right.
This is, as I understand, it's a monthly deal. So only once a month they do this show. And let me just tell you this: if you get a chance, if you hear about this, especially if you're a House Seats member and you see a comedy show happening at the Foundation Room, go. And the reason why I think this is good, it was so good, is this is run by a comedian. Again, this is a headliner who I wish I got his fucking name. You can tell this is a guy who knows comedy, and it's filthy comedy. I mean, it's dirty, a lot of swearing, a lot of sex, all that kind of stuff. But all of these guys, 5 comedians, all great, women, men. You could tell this guy curated the comedy. Whereas, I think it's reasonable to suggest that if you're a Comedy Store manager, maybe you don't curate as well as they do at the comedy club down at fucking in Los Angeles. And I know I can guarantee it they don't, because I've seen a lot of comedy shows in Las Vegas that were, pretty disappointing. So
Sure.
I'm telling you, whether you're a tourist or not, if you hear about a comedy show at the Foundation Room, go.
All right.
It will be the best you've seen. All right, next up. I am a Valet guy. I love the Valet.
How long before they start charging the Valet?
Let's not talk about that.
Next month? Is
Let's
it
not
April?
talk about. Oh, it's this month, this week.
This week. Well, yeah, April. Next week. That's right. This weekend's April.
Friday. Okay, so I'm a Valet guy. I love Valet, and I just saw something, and I've seen it a couple times, but not as well done as this. Automated Valet. So I don't walk out and go, here's my ticket. Go get it. And what you do is you walk up. This is at the Link.
Okay.
Had a meeting. Had a business lunch at the Link. No, I didn't. I just had a meeting there. And you get your ticket, and they told me, well, when you get out of here, Mr. Whitney, just walk up to that little thing on the side there and scan your ticket, and we will be alerted. I'm like, really? That's kind of sexy.
Cool.
So the sign that you see there says Valet Vehicle Request. Please scan your Link Hotel Valet ticket. So I did. Boop. And then this comes up. Boink. Thank you. Your vehicle has been requested. Exit doors and turn right. They even tell you how to walk away from the sign.
Get the hell away from the sign.
In case you're drunk, which you shouldn't be if you're
Right.
at Valet. You should be getting...
I've used that before. Except I scanned my Bellagio Valet ticket. The card never came. It doesn't work. I'm
Really?
like, where's my car?
It worked great here.
No, I'm just teasing.
Although, I will say, it said exit the door and turn right. If you really do what it says there, you end up at the taxi line.
Oh.
So that sign's not quite accurate. You just exit the doors and
There's your car.
stand there.
Oh. Well, they had to use up the space
It was
of the screen.
it was awesome.
That's a good idea.
So Link,
You still tip the guy who brings your car.
well, of
up.
course you do.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
not like there's
and
a
my
robot.
my tip is rise. Now,
Well, the good thing there is you don't have to give them like $3 or $4 when there's 50 people stacked in line ahead of you going, hey, here's a few extra bucks. Can I get my car to the front of the line?
I don't. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, I have it occasionally.
I really when
If I'm at a big concert or a show or
Really?
a event.
I kind of chill out when that. Like actually, Vidar was brought up at the beginning of the show, Vidara has at times some of the worst valet parking for whatever reason. They tend to get really cramped up.
Busy,
it's weird. It's not that big of a hotel, relatively speaking. And the last time we were there, we had to wait. Geez, it seemed like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes for our car to come up. And it was because we checked out at Sunday at noon or whatever,
Right.
and everybody was checking out us, and they didn't have enough people to run the deal, and it's a smaller area. They don't have enough room for enough cars, so it's kind of shitty. But and the weird thing about the link is that it's hard to find the goddamn valet.
Right.
You got to be like a super spy. It's like, what's that like? Oh, is that the?
So it's not the valet behind it, right at the
No, that's the high roller you're thinking
Okay,
of.
that's where that's where I valet.
And that's where I usually valet. I actually had a meeting in the link, so
you had to go underneath the.
That's right. The
totem
parking
poles
garage,
and
and you go through a bunch, and it's a little narrow kind of and then you're.
What's where the water flows through town?
Yeah.
You're driving underneath the old Imperial Palace.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a little weird, but I like the way they did it, and they were also very nice. And as a matter of fact, super classy move. You know, do you need directions? No, I just have a meeting. Oh, well, then we'll keep your car close to the front.
Yeah. Perfect.
Smart move,
Thank
because that ends up getting you tipped right there. I appreciate that. Thanks very much. So I dig people who get that play. All right. Somebody apparently is a good parent.
I am. What I do?
According to my notes,
you've
got two kids going.
I've got
to
two
college.
children who are my sons. They are Twinkies.
Twinkies,
Twins.
Twinkies.
We always called them Twinkies when they were little.
Really?
Well, I didn't feel like calling them ding dongs or ho hos, and I was partial to the Twinkies.
Why would you call them
Twins?
Indian Hostess cake?
Well, my wife started calling them Twinkies. But anyway, they made their college choice.
Ah.
And after much ballyhooing back and forth,
Before you tell us, can you tell us their options?
they applied to about 10 schools. They had no desire. My daughter goes to school, and she'll be graduating this year down in San Diego at a small school that she loves called Point Loma University. And she's going to graduate in about 60 days or less, first part of May. God, it's like a month. It's like not even.
She's 21?
She's 21. She's going to graduate in 3 years.
Early. Yeah, I was going to say, that seems like she's on the fast track.
She was, and very proud of her for that.
So
she made that a
she's
goal of
the smart
herself
one.
to save her dad lots of money.
Oh.
She's my favorite currently.
Yes,
absolutely.
why wouldn't she be?
Absolutely.
Right?
So every time I see her, I give her $100.
Yeah?
Hey, it's better than 30,000. There's $100. There's $100. All right, there's $100. So she loves San Diego, and I think she's going to hang out down there and figure out what she's going to do after.
Does she know what she wants to do?
Yeah, she's going to probably go to PA school, I think, eventually.
Physician assistant?
Yep.
That's kind of an interesting play.
She's always been interested in medicine because unfortunately, in our family, we've dealt with a lot of medical issues. So she's never been queasy about that stuff. I mean, even when her little brother was sick, she was in the hospital with all the stuff, and when she's 7 years old. And
PAs are doing as much as doctors, quite frankly, in a lot of examples.
So she's got some other things she's going to have to do first. So, but the
boys.
So the boys had no desire to go to any school in California. In fact, they didn't apply to any school in California.
No kidding.
Now, the only stipulation that we put on our kids is you can't stay home. So UNLV is not an option. We want them to go out and experience the world and grow up.
I like that.
I don't want them to be in a spot where mom can do your laundry or you can come over and have a meal.
I think that's a great idea.
Yep, so it's pretty much get the hell out of Dodge.
But you're going to cover the cost completely.
Pretty much.
So we did
as long as their grades are good.
We did 50-50 with our kids.
Well, I wouldn't say cover the cost completely. We're covering a certain dollar amount.
Yeah.
And when that money's gone, they'll have to figure out how to pay for the rest.
All
so with Emily, she figured out, I'm going to do this in 3 years and I'm good to go.
That's amazing.
She took summer classes. She had some credits going into school from high school that carried over. And then she took some summer classes.
AP classes.
Yep. All that stuff. And the boys had the same kind of thing.
Wow, there you go.
So they the closest place they applied to, okay, now in the Northwest, the closest place they applied to.
Do I get to guess?
Yeah,
I do. I would do Oregon. I would do Washington.
Yes, not those two schools, but in those two states. So the University of Portland in Portland.
Oh, I don't even know that.
Oregon, Catholic school, and Gonzaga University in Spokane.
Okay.
Those are the two closest places they applied to.
They're like, yeah, we hear your message, Dad. We're leaving.
We're close. We're right down the street.
Right. By the way, heat, horrible weather.
Right. And then they applied to several schools in the Midwest. I think the farthest east they applied to was Miami of Ohio. Then, Vanderbilt, Notre Dame, places like St. Louis University and Baylor and a variety of schools.
And where did they arrive?
They ended up choosing Purdue.
Boom, baby.
And they were accepted into the Purdue engineering program, which is top 5 in the country.
And I asked Melissa about that, by the way, because she's a recruiter,
Yeah.
and she recruits engineers. And
she does?
Yeah, she
did not know that.
Yeah, sure she does. She's at a gaming company.
So electrical engineers or programming?
Both. I mean,
Okay.
think about it. I mean, yeah, it's a bit of both. They're doing mechanical stuff. They're doing electrical stuff. They're doing software stuff. All that stuff takes place. When you look at a casino game, when you look at,
Sure.
Wheel of Fortune, which just, by the way, dropped off $900,000 to a local gal over at the airport. God bless him. There's a lot of technology, and these are the gaming companies today, like the IGTs and the Valets and the Aristocrats. Those are technology companies. They're no longer just gaming. They're competing against the guys they're literally competing against the people who are in Silicon Valley. That's their competition now when it comes to trying to recruit talented people coming in. So, yes. And I asked her, I said, so, what do you think of Purdue? She's like, well, Jamie, who is our niece, it's her sister's daughter, went to Purdue. Her husband went to Purdue, who's now a doctor.
Okay.
She's like, it's an amazing school.
Yeah.
So
I think they made a great choice for them. And, which discipline in engineering they go into, we'll find out after. The cool thing is the first year engineering students don't necessarily declare their discipline, whether they're going to be a civil engineer, mechanical, electrical, aeronautics, aero.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they expose them to a variety of all of the disciplines in engineering, and then after your first year, you declare which one you want to go into.
Oh, I get that.
And you kind of get your prerequisites out of the way and things like that. So
that's smart.
So it's in West Lafayette, Indiana. It's in corn country. It's a college town. It's maybe 150,000 people in that town. It's about an hour from Indianapolis.
It's the quintessential American environment.
It's the Big Ten.
Experience.
It's a great school. It's close to St. Louis, where my family's from. And it's close to Chicago, where my wife's family's from. It's just not close to the Las Vegas. So my wife's a little sad that they're going so far away, but at the same time, I think they made a great choice for them.
How did you react? What are we doing now? How far are we on here now? We got
we're at an hour and 2.
Okay. When you dropped off your daughter, did you cry?
Man, I don't know if I did.
I cried like a little bitch.
Maybe you did a little bit.
I for both of them.
Well, I say goodbye to her, probably. Yeah. I'll say yes.
Melissa's like, we got to go back, but she's okay. I was such a mess.
That's funny.
She's still. Melissa's like, TikTok. We gotta get. She's like that cold. She was like, she'll be all right. You'll be okay.
The bus is leaving. Let's go.
Like, come on, man. I'm like,
it's my daughter.
It was brutal, man. It was so, and we couldn't wait for them to leave. So that was so weird because when your kids are 18. You, the parents, are the dumbest people on earth.
Oh, no question.
Oh, we were fucking idiots, and we were fighting, and my father was a lawyer. My daughter, one of my daughters, became an attorney. Is
a professional arguer.
She's a very good arguer, and my other daughter is an amazing arguer. So we're all very debatey.
Sure.
And so there was a lot of debating happening in our family. I'm like, you know what? I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. Get the fuck. Just go and get smarter than me. Keep going. Come to find out, when we dropped him off, I'm like, you'll be okay. What the hell's happening? And by the way, the good news was they realized about a year into it, you know what? Parents aren't quite as dumb as we thought.
Yeah, they figured that out a little bit.
Right, well, congratulations on the Purdue thing.
On the expenditure.
Congratulations on what will be worth every single penny. You know what?
Yep.
I toast you. Yeah. Come on. All right. It's time for Have a Drink on Me. It's part of the show where I show you a picture of a bar or a lounge or a tavern that I've been to, and you get to guess where it is. And if you guess correctly, and we pick you from the super cowboy hat, or Dundee hat. That's kind of a weird
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee. Well, you can win some fabulous prizes. Scott, I don't believe a word you say. Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't believe me either. But this voice that you're going to hear, you would, in fact, thank you, Brett.
You're welcome.
Believe, because here's what you can win.
I got all kinds of cool stuff you can win. The visor fell over. It's over there. Scott moved it. You could have actually my cardinal hat.
No.
No, you can't have
Get
that.
that the hell out of the
beautiful.
way. I can't have this.
Oh, we got to start over. How about the fabulous Vegas Video Network visor on back order? As long as you choose black.
Coming
Might
back.
come eventually.
Actually, both of our red ones have been taken.
Oh, original music from Scott, Jazzathon, and Chris McCusick 1 and 2.
Very good. Or
you can have a fabulous Malbach. It's a nice. It's the number one.
one is we're drinking Opus One today.
One.
It's not true, by the way, but let's pretend we are. Thank you very much, Brett.
It's very good. I even had a little bit.
It is pretty good. And Brett, if somebody wanted to actually send an email,
they
where would they send it to?
Well, they could CC anybody they want, but if they wanted to get to us, they have to send it to Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com.
CC anybody they want.
Have a Drink at VegasVideoNetwork.com.
There's a couple other ways to add your chances of winning. You get one chance if you give us a correct answer. You get another chance if you're in the live chat during this segment. And there's a couple other ways to add bonuses. If you're the very first correct answer,
you get like a six-pack of entries.
You get another entry. Six-pack is a lie, and that's not what we do here. We don't lie? Fair
It's more
enough.
of a fib.
Have you seen part of our shows?
It's a white lie, isn't
We
it?
lie a little bit. But if you are the first person with the first correct answer, guess what? We double your entry. But wait.
Yeah, that one I don't really like.
I do. I really like that one a lot.
All right, whatever.
We got
You got more goofy ways to get
five
extra entries
entries that we
possible.
got happened in a minute.
Wow.
It was awesome. I love these people. Or if you send us a video or a photograph that shows the Jazzathon CD or any of the other CDs in the wild with you as a part of it, man, we're giving you another one. And guess what? Here's the magic. People say, well, Scott, I don't want you up there yet, Rob. Why would I want to win, for example, that visor? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because you become a god.
You're like a titan.
You're not just a god. You are in the galaxy of Big Breath, Scotty. God. There's Rob and Glenn there's Jimmy who will bend your nose, and there is Scorsese and Stewart. There's Pinky who threatened Brett just a while ago. You'll see what I mean. Greg told me how to pronounce his last name. There's Fran, there's Shan, there's Alan, and his better half, Aaron. There's Pops, who will probably go to. There's Sammy. There's your buddy Scott. There's Jackie and Christina, who helps her babies with my music. Right? Brett's dad and Don.
Hey, Pops.
There's a dog and Wayne and Mike. Look out! There's Danny, and of course, last but not least, there is Brett.
That's me.
Okay, here we go.
This is getting longer.
Well, you know what? We have.
I think you just record that on a loop and not have to worry about it.
I want new people to come in.
I understand.
I believe in liveness. I'm not afraid of live.
All right.
I'm not afraid of live. I've been doing more live shows than anybody in this.
So we got 27 of 28 entries this week.
That's right. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, I think so.
27 to 28. Well, this is they continue to grow. Here's last week's entry. Boink. And the hints
It's
for
changed
last
quite
week.
a bit, yeah.
It has. Well, yeah. Wait, that's not last week's. That's this week's. Wait, is that last week's?
That's last week's.
Yeah, okay, that's last week's. That's last week's entry. The hints were O'Shea's. And by the way, Bobby gives us in his video the real name of this bar. There are several, but I accepted them all because they're kind of like Hitchcockian secret kind of things that you wouldn't know. But O'Shea's is the name of the bar. Brett is correct. We had 27 out of 28. And here...
We always have one person who can't figure it out.
Yeah, the one that didn't figure it out this time, first time entry.
Okay.
Hadn't seen this person before and really dig that they played along, but couldn't have been farther. I think they called it House of Blues.
Oh. Not really close.
The hints that I gave didn't really suggest House of Blues.
Especially when the hint is it's O'Shea's. It's O'Shea's.
Well, right.
It's O'Shea's.
Right. That's also, by the way, if you're watching the show live or listening to it after the fact and you don't hear me say the name of the bar 3 times like I just did, O'Shea, you're not listening to the premium version of living in Las Vegas.
Which costs $99.95
And there's
per
no,
minute.
There's nothing wrong with that. Right. You can call 966. All right. Our number one entry, Rob Cole.
Oh, sure shot.
So Rob gets one for the right entry. Rob gets one for being in the live chat. And Rob gets another one for the number one entry. By the way, as I mentioned before, the first 5 entries all happened within the first minute.
So Rob's got 3.
He gets 3. That's right. Next up, Jimmy 2Gs.
He's live chatting.
He is live chatting. 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat.
All right.
Okay. Next up, we've got Airport Limbo, Eric Hansen. Way to go, Eric. He is also in the live chat. He's a long-time live chatter. We love him for that. Next up, we've got Michael Snow, also known as
Chicago
the Snowman. That's right. 1 for the right answer, 1 for being in the live chat. Thank you, Michael. Andy from New Hampshire, he reverted to his spy name, which was his email address, which is some crazy fucking outrageous DL-explanation. It looks like a cuss word in cartoons. That's what his email address is. He's not in the live chat, but God bless you, Andy. Please put your name in there and don't make me research your name. Okay. Bob McAdams, first time entry from Bob.
Hey, welcome, Bob.
Welcome, Bob. How you doing, brother? Next up, we've got John Herman from New York City. New York City. I thought I saw John in the live chat. Let me double check. I don't see John. JJ Joan. Nope. John's in there. And we've got Joe Jono. Joe Jono.
Joe Giano?
Joe Jono. No, Joe Jono, like the word John with an O.
Okay.
Jono. Next up, we've got Michael B., who's a hockey fan from Chicago. Make a hockey sound. Perfect.
He plays a Blackhawks fan.
That was outstanding. We've got Rob C. from Pittsburgh. Rob, that's actually pretty good. Yeah. Rob is Rob 068 Pittsburgh in the live chat, and I see Robbie in there. So Robbie gets a doubly. 1 for the correct answer,
Pittsburgh
1
Rob.
for being in the live chat. We've got Aaron Perry, who we always have argued as being the more
most creative
of
Perry's.
She did that.
She did.
She also created everything that you see. Oh, look at that. That was very nice. Let's actually put that up there. Let's give her a little juice. She made this. Look at that. By the way, Erin will do these kind of cards for you, and she charges $99 a card. Now, she didn't tell me that. I made that number up, but I think it's worth every penny because you want to impress your significant other or what. She's made a couple of those cards. She made one, a 3D one, was just kind of amazing for us. I mean, they're all 3D, but okay. Glenn Santa. Glenn is in the live chat. He goes by Glenn in Syracuse, New York. He gets a 1 for the correct answer, 1 for being in the live chat.
He's the happiest dude in the live chat today.
He is, and if
he's
you
a big Syracuse fan, and both the men and the ladies are in the Final Four.
And if you're wondering what does Glenn look like,
he looks like that.
Glenn lives in the snow, but just by the way, this is how you make a hoodie look less threatening. You wear the Vegas Video Network visor. Oh. Hey, you look like a bat. Oh, that's the Vegas Video Network visor. You mean it's no harm? Keep going.
I thought maybe you put a white guy in there.
Move on. Oh, don't be a dick. All right. Gary Romberg. Gary writes, Ireland is the largest and richest country in the world because it's always Dublin.
Oh.
Today we learned that comedy is much harder than we thought it was.
Maybe it's the delivery.
That delivery was amazing. All right, Jeffrey Sharp, who goes by Habana Jeff occasionally. First of all, Jeffrey says he loves the show. I like him. He also says, what the hell is I writing there? Loved blank bar casino new in I got to stop writing.
When you're drinking.
When I'm drinking. But thank you for playing along. Next up, Tammy Mossbrucker. Tammy says that O'Shea's is a great place.
Cool.
Dave Fagan. Nope, he's usually in there, but I don't see him right now. Dave writes, much love. We're getting a lot of love from our people.
People are liking us.
I like them.
Yeah.
Jim Shupenko from California, Pittsburgh, or PA. Yeah, it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Where is that, California?
I'm going to say it's outside of Pittsburgh.
You know what he says? Love the show.
Terrific.
2 in a row that love the show. And finally, Steve from Soti. UK writes, definitely not the first, probably not the last. Something. By the way, he spelled the way O'Shea's would be written in Ireland, O-S-E with a little line over it, S.
Oh.
O'Sess or Shays, but without the H because they don't afford the H. And I don't know. Okay. Hard to say.
They were light on ink.
They were light on the ink, so they wanted to save the H. All right. First up, Alan Perry writes.
AP is writing to us. He says, gents, hello, boys. Had 'em as O'Shea's at the link. When they shut down the original O'Shea's, I can't say that I was too sorry to see it go. The place was kind of a dump.
It was.
And I was skeptical about it, what it would be like when Caesars announced they were going to resurrect the place. But wow, it turned out great. It doesn't even feel like the old place. Yes, they still have a bit of the college frat party feel with the beer pong, but they have classed the place up. I applaud. It looks great. And the entry to the Link Promenade, Caesars Entertainment, has done it right. Lots of great places to drink and eat. I hope that the upcoming Park by MGM, which opens next week, keeps the outdoor party thing going. I love it. Bring on the summer. AP from the press kit.
Thank you there, Alan. Nicely done. O'Shea's used to be a whole casino.
Yeah.
Now it is.
It was kind of a fun casino going. You played
it's
crappy
interesting.
slots and dollar slots.
But now it is literally just a giant bar frat room.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's a casino. There's a casino in it, kinda, but mostly it's beer pong on the sides, bar.
Really?
But yeah, it's a really because the Link took over part of what was O'Shea's.
Right, gotcha.
Really interesting. All right, Monica Fagan.
The Bink.
Binky,
She's in there.
she is. I see her. So she gets one for the right answer. And she writes this, O'Shea's a Link. Don't think of messing with me, Brett.
Oh.
I'm just as dangerous as Mike Q.
Ouch.
Chicago girls will fuck you up.
I married one. You don't think I already know that?
Okay.
I've been dodging pots and
what did you say to her?
potted plants for, I have no idea.
What did you say to
Binky, why
Binky?
did I make you mad? What did I do? What did I say?
What did I say to piss you off this time?
She said, Scott, please remember my hubby Bud in the gallery.
Oh, sure.
Bud.
I know. Oh, yeah. I know. I got you.
So, Bink, why are you mad at me? What did I do?
What did she?
I can't remember what I had for lunch today, much less what I might have said to you just the other day last week.
Here's the Binkus.
Here's Bink and Bud.
Binky and Bud. The Binky and Bud
Jen's
show.
telling us to keep it
It's
clean.
time for the Binky and Bud
What did we say that was
show.
dirty?
Okay.
Clean rarely happens.
Okay. Next up, we got Philip Fanchez. Philip writes, hey, guys. Hey.
Hi, Phil.
Relatively new to the show, but I love it already.
Love it.
3 or 4 loves for us.
Yeah, we love the love.
I think this is going to be okay.
I'm feeling the love.
I feel it too.
Yeah.
I believe the answer to your question is O'Shea's. Phil from Texas. You know what? Texas is its own country, really. And we reach out to now 151 countries. That's how bitchin' we are.
We are cool.
Mike Q. Mike writes. Sorry.
Mike writes something short.
Greetings, Scott and Brett. Correct pronunciation and order. My guest this week is O'Shea's Casino. As before, please select again if I am selected. You know what? He's kind of like Jesus. I just play for the fun of it to see if I can search out the correct answer. By the way, Brett, how you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. Thanks, buddy.
All right.
I'm doing all right.
Did you give him one?
Does he need one?
Yeah, because he's in the live
Oh, that's
chat.
right. He's live chat.
He was in the live
Yeah.
chat. He's like
Sorry,
one of the
Mike.
first people in the live chat, man.
I'm feeling all right. I'm a little fatigued, but I'm doing all right. I'm starting a new process clinical trial in April. So I'll be traveling quite a bit in April, although none of them are on Tuesdays. So I think that's okay. So I'll be
Well,
here.
that would have been a good excuse for you to go. I'm pretty much sick of your show, Scott.
Yeah, no.
I've had enough of you.
I suggested. I said, can't we do it on Tuesdays? They said, no. How about Thursday? Okay, Thursday's fine.
I'm really trying to get out of some stuff on Tuesday. Can you help me there, Doc?
Yeah.
No, we're not open on Tuesday.
Well, the good thing, here's a cool thing. My son's baseball games, he plays for his high school team. On Tuesdays, they pretty much are playing home games, and I do the public announcing. I'm the PA guy. Now batting number 9.
I gotta go to that. This is on Tuesdays?
Pretty much on Tuesdays.
What time?
Usually around 3:30, 4 o'clock is when the game starts.
Oh, it would be good if I
You'd
could
be
do
right
that, but I'm working and making this happen.
And on Thursdays, they play on the road, typically. Yeah. So I'm going to miss some road games. I don't like missing the games. I got to be honest. That makes me sad.
No, I'm sorry. Okay. What I'm about to give you will not make you sad.
Okay, good.
Leslie is in the live chat, Las Vegas. So Leslie gets 1 boink for being the correct answer. Leslie gets 2 for being in the live chat. And Leslie God bless her little heart, gives me a limerick.
Ooh, a limerick. Thank you, Leslie. Greetings, gentlemen.
Hello.
Obviously talking to me. Hope you guys had a happy Easter.
Yep.
I did. I had a wonderful Easter. Thank you very much. Here's this week's Haddam, done as a limerick appropriate, I thought.
Perfect.
There once was a place named O'Shea's, whose strip front had gotten away. They rebuilt in the link with beer pong and drink and partying 24 hours a day.
Boom!
Cheers.
Man, how great was that?
Way to go, Las Vegas.
That was very good.
Way to go, Leslie.
Well done.
That's very talented.
good.
Good job.
It's
Good
sometimes-
job, man.
It can be sometimes frightening and intimidating when you realize that people watching this show are more talented.
Oh, absolutely. Almost all of them are.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And to think that
But
we
I've
get
got the key to the castle.
But you broke
In fact, I broke it.
You broke my widget. Roy. Okay. And we've got Craig. It's Doherty, by the way. I've pronounced it 15 different ways, and he's like, all right, you an idiot. He actually wrote it out phonetically. It's Doherty. All right. What's happening, guys? With a good name like Doherty, I know I love this week's Haddam location. Nothing beats a trip down to the link to visit my famous Irish-inspired pub, O'Shea's Vegas Dog 222. Who's in the live chat, by the way? Hey, Craig, what's going on,
yes,
brother?
okay, we can-
So he gets one for the correct answer, boink, and one for being in the live chat.
All right.
Attaboy, Craigie. And then finally, we've got Christina V. Christina V gets a doubler because she sent us. Where are you? There you are. She gets one for being correct and one for sending us this.
In the wild.
This child, and she writes.
Oh, she writes. Hi, guys. This week's bar is O'Shea's. In last week's Living in Las Vegas, Scott said my son in the picture for the Galaxy of Gods didn't listen to his music. Not true. Scott must have forgot he gave me Chris Acoustic while I was pregnant with the first, and I would play it for baby Awesome because it was very calming for him. Now, Little Awesome has been tested and is above the bell curve.
Of course.
I can't say for sure it was Scott's music that made him gifted, but I suspect it was. That is why I started my second son, Baby Incredible, on the music in utero. Christina, please let Pops and Rob know I love their videos and think they are hilarious. Fantastic job, fellas. Notice she did not say Danny.
Here is the baby in utero.
Sorry, Danny.
This picture right here is literally my music talking to Baby Incredible. Little gin and tonic.
Little Gin and Tonic.
Might not be the exact. Puppy Funkadjazzosaurus.
Can you tell what song she's listening to? Starts with an A.
Oh, Allegria. Oh, that's a
there
really
you
good
go.
song. I wonder if I have that in my sounds
She
here.
got it up on full blast, too. She's got the volume up pretty high.
Let's see if
How
I've
are the
got that.
ears?
Oh, yeah.
How's
You
the
want to hear
hearing?
it? Here's what it sounds like.
Oh.
Let me skip ahead. This is it. That's too much. Come on. Come on, Scott.
Looks like he's waiting to slay a bull. Very Spanish.
I am. I do. I dig that kind of a Latin. I'm a Latin guitar jazzy
No,
guy.
Spanish is not Latin. It's Spanish.
Don't get in my
Spanish,
shit.
as in the Spaniards in Spain.
This is Latin jazz. Back off.
I'm saying it's
I
Spanish.
will kill a bitch.
I'm saying it's Spanish.
All right. Thank you, Scott, and thank you, Christina. All right, back to it. All right, our next video, Gene.
As in Pops?
Yes, of course, it's Bob.
Oh, good Lord.
One for the correct
I gotta
answer.
give him like 12, don't I?
One for being in the live chat, and one for this cinematic climax.
Piece of genius.
Piece of genius. Pops, take it away.
Hey, kids.
Hey.
This week I was going to turn the Jazzathon up really loud and play along on my harmonica. But I don't play harmonica. Besides, something else came up. A few weeks ago, I was making a video of me winning on a slot machine. And at the end, when it was totaling up and some of the other players were teasing me a little bit, I kind of did an impromptu invite for everybody, come see the podcast. And I only expected a couple of hundred people to see it, and something happened and it took off. Here's a little clip of what I posted. That was a $105.90 bonus on a 20-cent bet, y'all. 29X if I'm not mistaken. Pops. Reminding you, join us every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time for the Living in Las Vegas podcast. www.vegasvideonetwork.com. See ya. Of course, that text was added when I edited the video before I posted it to YouTube. Put that up there a couple of weeks ago, expecting a couple hundred people to see it. Thousands of people have seen it. Suddenly, I'm getting messages from people that say, "Hey, I saw your show. You and your co-host Brent are really great." And I'm like,
So you're Scott.
Yeah, hold on, this is out of control. How offended should I be
Very.
that these fuckers think I'm him?
That's
God damn it!
funny.
I have got to lose weight and maybe do some facial shit because this is insane. Continue on, Pops. You fucker, you.
hold it. Number one, it's not Brent, it's Brett. And
Thank you, Pops.
I'm not Scott, unless I'm using his credit card to pay for dinner.
That a boy.
See ya.
That's funny.
That's insane. Well done, Pops. But you gotta send me that link, man, because I couldn't find it when I did a quick search.
Pop says he's prettier.
No respect. And then finally, of course, the Martin Scorsese to the Live in Las Vegas. We got yourself the Bob. Tell me, little Bob, what you got there.
Hi, guys.
Listen to the live chat.
This week's bar is located at the Link Entertainment District. It was one of the first tenants in the promenade, a shopping, dining, and nightlife
By the way, Bob and I always debate this part. Well, I'm going to end up having to pay for his copyrighted music. Let's hope not.
district, anchored by the High Roller Observation Wheel. There are at least 4 names to this week's Haddam. O'Shea's,
Yep.
O'Shea's Pub,
Yep.
Dublin Bar,
Yeah.
Dublin Up Bar.
Very well done.
Take your pick. At O'Shea's, you can enjoy beer pong tournaments, more than 50 types of beers, table games, and O'Shea's popular host, Lucky the Leprechaun,
I know that
always
little guy.
keeps the party upbeat. Here are a few people you may know.
There you go.
And these giant nuts.
Yeah,
You guys
boy,
have a good
baby.
one, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Bobby. All right.
That's funny.
We have
That
talented cats running around.
is funny.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
And that's how Jen found the show, thanks to Pop's his little video.
I got to figure this
My
out.
daughter was in town this week. She's turned to 21. They hung out at the Gold Spike
She turned
on
around.
Saturday night.
That's where all the young kids go.
Yeah, they had a blast. She loved it.
Did she play
I'm like, all
football?
right.
Not football. Did she play giant
I didn't
Jenga?
ask too many questions.
Right,
I
because
just want to make sure she got home at
that's
about 3 o'clock in
that's
the morning.
called. It's called plausible deniability.
Yeah. I just wanna
Okay,
make
here we
sure
go.
she's exactly. You're going where? You're going downtown? Oh, good Lord.
Gold
Just
Spike's
come
kind
home.
of like the cool hip place. That's
know.
where I discovered the All Americans. No, the All Togethers, which is an amazing hillbilly jazz band.
All right, our winner is Michael B., the hockey fan from Chicago.
Wow!
Hello,
Michael B.
first-time winner.
First-time winner.
Yay!
Way to go,
that guy-
Michael.
His Virgin excursion. Congratulations, Michael
Oh,
B.
that was good.
Like that?
And you're going to win either a
Well, today's
visor,
Jen's Virgin excursion.
You're going to win a visor, you're going to win a drink on me, or you're going to win one of our CDs. Okay, Michael.
Yay!
Let's look at this week's. Have a drink
Oh, this week's
on
Haddam.
me.
You know, I've done a poor job myself in identifying these places.
Good. Here we
And
are.
it continues.
Good. Here's our first clue. Clue
And your
number
clues
1.
are way too good for me.
You got to go downtown for this bit of relief.
Downtown.
You've got to go downtown for this
Okay.
bit of
So it's
relief.
downtown.
Nothing gets by you.
Okay.
Nothing gets by you.
I got that part figured
Hint number 2. Mary J. Blige needed
out. Yeah,
some
see,
of
that
this.
means nothing to me.
Yeah, you look it up, though, you'll figure it out.
Yep.
And number 2, Mary J. Blige needed a little bit of this. And
Okay.
hint number 3, this is a good one here, kids. No need to lay on a couch
right.
and bare your soul to visit this bar
Okay,
slash
I think
restaurant.
I think I would know what to say.
Right.
Don't know if that's what it's
number
called,
3
though.
again. No need to lay on a couch and bare your soul to visit this particular bar or restaurant. If you know the answer, send it to haveadrink@vegasvideonetwork.com. Again, have a drink at vegasvideonetwork.com. And that's it, everybody. Thanks very much for playing along. Thanks to the live chat for getting involved with our new show or our new concept, Pick Your Poison. We'll be doing that again. And again, if you guys want to provide us categories for Pick Your Poison, send them to onairq@livinginlv.com with your questions as well. If you want to send us a voicemail, I've got to update this, don't I? You got to go to our website, which doesn't look like that anymore. Click that little red tab, hit that little pop-up thing and send us a voicemail because your whites will be whiter, your brights will be brighter. We're on iTunes. Give us a 5-star review, won't you? We're also on YouTube, as people like Pops would know. Give us a thumbs up and share us with your friends. And we're also on Roku. Over 31,000 accounts have installed our stuff. We're on Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast, Apple, Google, and Fire TV. Vegas Video Network, Google Play. We're pretty much everywhere you could possibly be online and not be arrested for some kind of violation against mankind and the U.S. government. I'm Scott.
I'm Brett.
And we want to thank you guys for playing along. We'll see you guys next week on the Vegas Video Network.
Happy April. Knock
April
knock.
coming up.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Opening day.
Opening day who?
Opening day baseball
And you
Sunday.
suck at knock.
Hallelujah.
Has everybody
Hallelujah.
really realized how bad of a joke teller you are?
No, I'm fantastic.
It's really not very good.
It wasn't meant to be a joke.
It
Just
really
wanted to
isn't.
inform people that it's opening day.
It's a gift, really, and you don't have a gift.
I got
Somebody
plenty
took
of
your
gifts.
gift back.
I got your gift over here.
I got your gift right here.
Jimmy